stops all types of Windows mouse acceleration and Windows types of thing, like all that type of stuff.
Alright, we're going to be getting right into it. To the first round of the map. This is map 1, Downfall. We got Valkyries versus Aurora. Aurora starts off at the northeast spawn house. Very common spot, you pretty much have 3 spawns with this one, and northeast spawn house is 1. I'd arguably say it's one of the more difficult spawns to get, partly because of what exactly Templar is doing here. Not only does he see that it's a northeast spawn, but oftentimes you can really get tagged right away. Zoom out a bit and see what the group here is doing. Looks like they've got one person pushing all the way up to bungalows. Very, very aggressive push, but is some really critical ground. It does look, I just noticed they only have 4 players. Maybe their 5th will join in a bit. And Templar playing the Twin House. North Marsock House, as some other people call it. Cooling. Checking tower, coming up on Templar.
I accidentally brought colored smoke.
Ooh, and Templar ends up killing one. But Booling does know he's there. The question is Templar going to change his position? And he's actually exposing himself. But he does somehow manage to get the kill. You have to wonder if maybe there was audio there for Templar. Not entirely sure. We have the useless man. I don't want to make the common joke, but maybe he's being useless here. But in any case, he is playing a very interesting angle. I'm not really sure what the goal of this is. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the goal of this angle is. Wow, I'm totally missing where this other guy is. I have not a clue where their 4th guy is. Sitting way back here. Wow, taking a very, very far route. I'll tell you, the defense here has some really good angles. Pure's position makes it incredibly difficult to do it again. Nitro does pick off Connor playing rather open. Let's just look here at Pure's position. He's got himself into this bungalow here. And this bungalow is very difficult. It's going to be very difficult for these 2 guys to do anything with him here. Surprised. Oh, yep, Pure does see him, and he does get the finish, the entire kill, leaving just 1 left. And this is really just I'll say that in terms of Marsock, that northeast spawn house is a very difficult spawn to get, and more importantly, you almost don't want to let them know that you have that spawn right away. That information to them can be extremely useful, especially in their positioning. A huge team kill on Templar. Huge team kill. Not really aware of where his teammate was. That's a huge blunder. Very huge blunder. Now making it a 3v1. Even potentially opening up the possibility for a 1v3 scenario here. Draven playing what looks to be rather maybe tight. Can't tell if he's playing tight here. Useless making that rotation around. Vegan playing the back hill. Still a very difficult task Useless has to do here. And with little time, this is really just time's against him here. Unfortunately, he's pretty much a minute is enough time to straight book it to the uplink, and I don't think he has that luxury. Is Templar going to see him? I don't think Templar's actually watching the angle. It does seem like Negan might be taking... No, it doesn't seem like he would be able to see him.
What happened to the guy who's supposed to be on objective?
Negan not really sure where Draven's at.
He's dead then.
We have Useless. 30 seconds. Here's the time limit. He's got to book it. Draven potentially able to see him here. Draven's watching one specific angle. And we have Useless just coming right in and the kill there. Not a lot of time, he didn't really have much of a choice. All in all, it makes it 1-0 for Valkyries. And it's not like Pure changed his spot. He was in this same position. That's crazy, crazy. Should be going into round 2 soon, maybe. Maybe just maybe. However, they may be still waiting for the 5th. They still don't have a 5th. VRML season is starting up in just a few weeks. Looks like we are going to go in round 2. And Valkyries gets a different spawn this time. They're getting the North Hotel spawn. Still only 4 players.
Who's running up there? I was. Oh, Ross. Yeah.
There we go. 2 down. Looks like 3 are playing the top hill. And Nitro does manage to get across. Negan just unable to find the shots. And Useless is in a really good spot here. I think this is Useless position, if they don't recognize he's sitting there, is going to get both Draven and Connor. Templar's already moving quite quickly through. And Nitro picks up Negan. Oh, and Useless picks up Connor.
I'm gonna push center.
Useless picking up Draven as well. And this is most of the Marsoc push. Now a 2v4. Both Templar and Pure still up. This is definitely a good job on the defense. These are very similar and common positions I see a lot of teams play. When you're on Marsoc, you have to be at least patient enough to make sure that they're not playing those positions. Raw's in a great spot. I think Templar's gonna just have a really difficult time even getting close here. Oh man. Multiple smokes. So the interesting thing here is they know where those smokes are coming from. Nitro should be able to pick them off. But again, not necessarily an uncommon position, but just not really even checking those positions and seeing if people are there can really cost you. And with 2 minutes and 50 seconds still in the game and 1 guy alive, almost guaranteed that Pure, he's only downed him. He isn't confirming, so the callouts are there, and they're gonna. Bulang's gonna know. There's the kill. Somehow he's not dead. Somehow he's still alive, and he does go down. Very, very interesting round there. And Aurora does pick off the win. It's 1-1. This might be a case of trading bulk rounds. I'm not entirely sure. As I said before, I was rudely interrupted by the second round. The RML is starting soon. We have about 3 weeks. I'd say VRML for this game is the main league that's being played. There's been a rule change for VRML. Jiggle peeking has been substantially, as one might say, nerfed. You no longer can essentially jiggle peek the same angle over and over again. And instead, your only option is to single peek, so you can quick peek one time, and then after that you're not allowed to quick peek again for 3 seconds. However, if your gun is up, you are allowed to continue peeking. However, this is not defined as a quick peek anymore. They do define it as a slow peek. Alright, so Aurora, at least as of last season, Aurora placed 45th. Currently on their roster is L. Marvin, Dr. Anthrax, Mr. Penguin, Nitro Jins, The Useless Man, and Yoder X1 Null. We're going to be getting into the third map here.
Yeah, the bottom ones is someone getting twins. Okay, we got, so someone needs Draven.
Alright, here we go.
Drop two, drop two, drop two.
Very interesting plays. They start off initially at the
I'm gonna go swing.
Yeah, go
twin spawn side.
It's gonna be hella hot.
Gonna take 2 and
I'll go down
bring
to this
twins.
small bungalow and just hold for a second. Let him push out.
Negan potentially able to see here. Negan does see, he does
Find the
not
hold
pick
down,
up the
hold down,
kill.
staircase.
He doesn't pick up, he doesn't pick. Are we gonna see Negan move? This is a good question. And he does move. That really is, I think, probably a hallmark of some of the better players in the game, is to know not to re-peek the same angle. It's often a death trap, and in this case, we have some extra information, and we know they did end up calling him out. So not re-peeking, that was definitely a great
and then I'm
option.
going to rejoin.
That sounds very interesting, Nitro. Nitro's plan is to rejoin on his hotspot. I'm not entirely sure what the goal of that is. Maybe he's just having bad internet. Looks like he might be. Maybe trying to figure out some internet problems on his end. We have a pretty tight group here, a grouping of players. Negan looks to be playing the mid hotel. Connor in a very common spot, but still just as deadly.
You're good.
I'm entirely
Okay,
sure
cool.
that those shots.
Just making sure.
I guess they seen me, I don't know.
Templar is
just pre-firing.
thinking he's been called out, but I think these were just kind of shots thrown. Oh wow, Nitro is definitely having some issues with his connection currently. I think maybe potentially Connor. I don't think he's clipping though. He's not clipping, so I think these are just kind of shots. They might be just hoping to really root out some of these defenders. They really are playing tight and not showing themselves. I think they're really concerned. They're really concerned, I think, with Negan.
Yeah, and you never said anything when you were getting in. Alright, boys. Ross, start pushing down now. 'Cause that's
Here
why-
we go. Nitro has sufficiently... Wow, okay, so we've got Pure's down, but Templar does manage to get... I'm trying to remember the name. Nitro. It doesn't seem like Negan was even shot, so I'm not even sure that they know that Negan's in the middle hotel. He's just making a lot of information near Connor. Templar picks up Wuling by the church. This is a very interesting. What is Connor gonna do? He definitely has necessarily the jump, but he decides to give his position up, I think. Wow. Very interesting play here. Connor just is gonna get. Useless doesn't know. It's crazy. He didn't know. I thought the grenade would have gave up his position. And we are trading Volk rounds today, guys. It is 2-1 Valkyries. Right, back to the rosters. Valkyries roster. Let's see what VRML has to say. Valkyries placed 15th. Roster is I am back. No surprise, that's me. Ethan, Negan, Gamers, Mr. Jumping, and Templar. Of those players, we seem to only see 3. Looks like Connor and Draven are not part of this group. I have some insider knowledge. They are trying out. In any case, 2-1. It's going to be the same uplink. We're going to see if Valkyries has any ability to make some Marsoc pushes. Still only 4 players for Aurora. This is a very Volk heavy map. Been said by a lot of people. It really requires a bit of, I would say, imagination from the Marsoc group to be able to take over. Be right away in the middle. Useless taking the top. This is a very great spot. Direct trade. And another kill from Negan. Negan finishes Wuling, trying to make it to North Hotel. It's a very difficult spot to try to get yourself to. Now simply a 2v4. Both tucked away in the building. I do think they can do a good job at defending this the way they currently are. Util's being thrown. Smoke directly on objective, so now we're kind of putting Roz in a difficult position. Seems like Connor was potentially almost team killed. Yeah, I don't think, definitely Roz didn't have an angle. This team not freaking out about the smoke directly on the uplink, and this is actually common. If your team's not close enough, and they haven't heard any audio, and you throw a smoke from a long distance, a lot of these teams aren't going to panic. However, sometimes it's worth it for the team that does panic and exposes themselves from their tight positions. Ra's playing a tight spot here. Connor slowly making his way. Nitro being shot at. Connor going for it. He's going for it. He doesn't see Roz, and Roz finishes him off. However, had Connor not gone all the way, I think he could have potentially made a successful cap. Both Pure and Templar have made the crossing from lower dumpster. now moving into the Middle Hotel, or Center Hotel, actually it's commonly called. People are pitching some smokes, blocking that angle from the bottom. They're not playing that angle, but it's still such a deadly angle. It's probably very smart to do that. Nitro getting shot at.
LHQ tagged.
He knows he's still there.
Top floor. Going for it.
Is Templar going to do the same thing? Again, not looking. Ra's not peeking. Wow. That does make it a 4-1 for Valkyries. We're going to be moving on to what is the next map?
We're just playing West servers. Never mind.
Our second map is Egress. Valkyries' win percentage on Egress is 62% from VRML. Then Aurora, for Egress, their win percent is 45%. Alright, it's actually more like 50, my bad. 50%. move. One going down. Templar, the far left. A really heavy push here. 4-man push.
Whoever played.
More than that, it seems like there's not a question of. Seems like maybe that wasn't the strategy initially. Templar going down right away.
Yeah,
Pure picks up one. And taken down by Boulay. Negan and Jack Owl War are going to. Oh, a huge TK on objective. And Negan is down but manages to pick the kill. Draven moving in. A lot of chatter up there as they try to attempt to res. It's a 3v1 now. Draven down. Now a 2v1. Useless in a good position. Very much a bunch of circles on Negan's part. A terribly placed smoke. And now we have Useless coming in for a what looks to be a 1v3 clutch. Not really sure what the smoke was about. Maybe he thought he could get shot from across. It's very possible. Like Useless might be moving his position. He slightly changed positions. This is a good position for the most part. And a good way to watch most of the uplink. The question is Negan going to be able to see and really root this guy out of his little cubby hole he has here? Time is not exactly on his side. 1 minute and 14 and he's still slowly moving in. Realizing not so much time, he's on the move. Moving a lot quicker. He's about to be at 30 seconds. Useless just really needs to stick tight to his position. Don't get paralyzed. And there's the shots. Useless at least knows about where he is. Negan's gonna start coming through here. And that is a trade that ends in Negan's favor. Just barely a win for Valkyries on Marsoc. Valkyries has quickly subbed Ethan Giblethan for what looks to be Negan. Roster is changing. We're going to be zipping into the next round. Round 2. Valkyries up 1-0.
Unit. Also, we're missing.
Where's the, where
They're
that guy
missing
go?
somebody.
Someone didn't
Where's
ready
that?
up, or they disconnected. Let's go. We're three, man.
They're playing it regardless. Wow. I think actually he's DC'd. Nitro was having some connection issues. It's a 3v5. Pure quickly in a position. All three of them following the same exact route. This is going to be very interesting.
I'm gonna go nigga. Oh, sorry.
Okay, that's very... Alright, we're ignoring what was just said there. We're moving on. Move past it. I do think this stream is specifically said not for kids.
-1.
And Jack
Let's go,
is
boys.
only down.
I want someone in this gas station.
And a team kill again. This is, you've gotta love these team kills. They're huge team kills. Oh man. Oh. Oh man. Templar again with the team kill. Oh man, that's a huge team kill. Especially due to Ethan's position there. It was a really good position. Jack back down. It is now turned into a 3v3. What was a 5v3 is a 3v3 now. We have some Uto going out. And you have to wonder what Ethan would have been able to do had he had not been team killed. This is a really good question. And that is a kill for Pure. Taking a long route across. Pure looks to be switching his position up. The UTOLs have already been thrown here. So you have to wonder what is the plan for the Marsoc. This is, you kind of, the UTOL is almost your method or the play on often places, and once it's been used, the play then becomes difficult. Especially when you're dealing with a team that's digging in like this. Pure looks to be playing his teammate's body. Not much going on. Picks up Roz. Flash going out and rather aggressive now. Swinging the angle. Too bad Wuling was not watching it. He probably could have got himself a free kill there. Imagine on pure screen it seemed like it was cool. Gets the kill, throws the flash. And he's been picked off playing very open and exposed. You have to wonder what's going on in Pure's head there to be doing that. Now giving the possibility for a 1v3. And this really happens a lot, and players get impatient, and you really just give the opportunity what is essentially a free win of a round. Give the opportunity for it no longer to be a free win by simply exposing yourself, not playing tight. These guys were playing a really tight defense there, however, again, just being antsy or impatient really does prevent that. Ethan, I did see your messages, however, you're in game, so I don't think it matters to answer. Very patient on the other two, great job. They did run the time all the way down. And that is round 2. Good thing for Valkyries. Moving on to the next uplink. This is the construction site uplink. I'd say from a Marsoc perspective, it's a very difficult uplink to take in many cases. Aurora's going to be going back to defense. Looks like this is going to be a 45 for the whole match. We are going into the next round.
Yo, my head
Still optimistic. Here we go. Off they are. Very common split. 3-2 split. Up on the stairs. Draven not peeking the angle at the time he did it. We do have a nice potential standoff that's about to happen here. Roz does get into a good position. Very commonly played position, yet it's a good position just because of how difficult it can be to get that person out of the position or just kill them without exposing yourself to other players that are looking down the lane. This 3-man push is really hard, but let's just see about this 2-man push. Ethan. Wuling playing an almost off-meta position that not a lot of people play, and I'm gonna be hard-pressed to believe that these guys will check this position. In fact, I think that Anthrax gets Jack. That's one of the 3. Useless gets Templar. The 3-man pushes quickly, very quickly going haywire.
-1. One dead.
Wow. And we just see a quick drop in the roster for Valkyries,
Maybe one more. Okay.
leaving just Pure all alone. All alone. Having to decide what he's going to do in this 1v4. What a great momentum shift Aurora has done. It was a great momentum shift. Stopping them in their tracks. But more importantly, this round win is critical for them to really sway the favor of this entire match. Wuling rotating back. Pure flashing himself? Question mark? Giving up his position with a really bad flash, flashing himself. These four are rotating, readjusting their defense. Their play seems to be to play a little tighter. However, they are all a little loose. They're looking for him. Hero doesn't seem to exactly figure out what's going on. He gets an Anthrax. It's a pick. He's got to find another. Is he going to find Useless? Is Useless going to pick him? I think he definitely has the audio. Looks to be maybe a calibration. Terrible time to calibrate. Great flash. That should get him good. He's definitely flashed there. Another pick. In 1 minute 39 seconds. This defense is almost falling apart. Again, like I mentioned before, the hallmarks of a good defense is not getting antsy, and these guys got antsy. These two seem to be hunkering down more. Smoke is in a useless position, so Useless is not going to be worried about it. Here we go. Is he going to die by Useless? I believe so. Completely oblivious to Useless position. All Useless has to do is swing on. And
Yeah, he was on.
With the kill, giving Aurora the first round win of this map. It's now 2-1. Very rough initial start there for Valkyries on that round. The bulk of the three-man push stopped directly in their tracks. Did to them. Anthrax moving up quick. Trying to get that first peek, which he's there. I think Pure might be exposed. Maybe not. Never mind, Pure's in a much different position. In fact, nobody's actually peeking where Anthrax is at.
They probably got 4 left.
The call out for their spawn was correct. We have the 2-man group pushing in. A good smoke play. This really does cut off most of the angle, especially with the angle that these two are looking to play. Both of these players could potentially move across. Buling making a very quiet pursuit up. Not much going on here. That smoke's gonna run out. And we're going to see another flash in the same position. Templar really giving up that dug-in position, and they're gonna know he's in there. It's one of those positions that you're really stuck in once you get in there. To give it up, to let them know you're there is definitely a rough one. Here we go. This is the start of this push, and Jack likely able to see a kill here. Surprising that somebody else on their team is peeking this. That's rather surprising.
Come on, you big baby, you can.
Draven picks off Anthrax all the way in the back.
I'm not
This
even
standoff
holding
is still happening. Jack gets one, but there's another guy. Buling picks up the kill on Pure. Buling just taking a lot of shots around.
Did she drop the 3-1? Yeah. Could be the one on. Just not.
Jack's position has
Wait till I get
been
there.
called out.
-1, I think.
Templar moving. Templar taking a dangerous route. Buling going to smoke. Ethan holding fast. You really have to. Still the same standoff here. Really interested in what's going to happen. Here we go. Wow. Roz does get the kill. Buling moving in. Ethan in a good position. The wrong direction and gets picked off. What was even doing there? Draven going down. This is the huge momentum shift that we were talking about. Aurora picking up that Volk win, putting Templar in a 2v1. Bulang getting a great 3 kills. Takes out the whole back side of the defense. Templar looking the right way, looking down now, focused on Roz, completely exposed to Bully. Oh wow. He gives up the uplink. He gives the uplink up, guys. He gives the uplink up. Buling goes for it. Buling's going for the cap. What was this play? Oh my god. And this is a cap, guys. This is huge. What? You have to wonder what was in Templar's mind when he did this. Why? Oh my. This was a huge, huge letdown. And Buling is unable to get the cap. Unable to get the cap, and Templar gets lucky. I can't believe it. He manages to get lucky and not get capped on. What a huge oversight for Valkyries. A huge oversight. Wow. The defense didn't need to play defense. They just needed to give him the objective and let the guy try to cap. Wow. I can't believe that Templar managed to get away with that. That is one of the most insane things I've seen happen. A defender to give up positioning, completely give up the uplink, not even care to go back, and just let him cap, and somehow managed to get a person that couldn't do the cap. Wow, the cap would have been such a huge sway. It would have been 3-1 Aurora, and instead we are looking at 3-1 Valkyries. This is definitely would have been a different map here, guys.
I want you guys to play slow. Play slow.
All right, here we go.
Play slow. We have all the time in the world. The people are doing far routes.
Hey, can I not use name launcher on this map?
Well, getting rid of the smoke that he knows he can't have. And here we go. Ulang, Draven. Here's the standoff. Ooh, almost picked. Now a 5v3. Anthrax still laying down a lot of fire. Anthrax goes down.
Where?
It is now a 2. Ethan is rezzed. Templar making his way up the staircase. We have to wonder, do they have any C4s? Does not look like a C4. Does he have a... Doesn't have a detonator. Does Useless have a detonator? So there's no C4 plays here. Just some good old-fashioned gunning it out. Very slow play on Valkyries. You have to wonder, is Templar gonna crawl around this corner? He's not sure what he's gonna do, I don't think. He has a green smoke. Templar's known to be bringing colored smokes when they're not allowed. And these guys are just not really watching the main angles. Templar just conveniently crawls around. Probably should have died. He's gonna conveniently crawl right in. Ethan. Pretty much calling out a lot of teammates. I mean, Useless probably was able to hear that. Templar is just still on his crawling action. I cannot believe that he's even gotten away with it for this long. Is he going to get away with crawling here? I am going to be... He goes for the initial cap. Useless is not watching, and this looks like a cap, guys. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ethan kills Templar. See, this chaotic round, nonetheless. Wow. That does finish the map. Grass. Moving on to the third map. caster, so we may or may not be able to cast the final map. Not entirely sure.
Alright, it's all good. Yeah, I was talking to Raj.
A little bit of the audio at the beginning, but seemed to have cut out. So far, Valkyries has won 4-1 and then 5-1. The caster score should be Aurora winning the second map, Valkyries winning the first. Templar, you are him. And him is the person that has 2 TKs so far in this scrim. You are definitely him. Looks like we might be waiting on... Oh, maybe this will happen, maybe it won't. Aurora only has 2 players, so currently. Alright, here we go.
We have a little
Yeah.
strat, and I'm letting you know since you're like a recruiter or whatever. We have a strat, we have vision or like lasers that we with AP rounds, and it's broken. We're like, I developed this. I was the one who made it. So it's a really good strat. So you can try it. And I was running it when
A lot of stuff in there.
Left.
Ross, get over here.
That didn't smoke you out, did it?
Okay, I'm smoking.
Sure gets a kill. Roz quickly runs back. Killed for Jack pulling Anthrax. That's now a 2v5. Roz gets in the dark corner. We are glitched inside a box, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're still glitched inside the box. Nitro's going over. Roz is peeking this. Pure picks up Nitro. Pure is gonna swing. Pure picks up Roz. That's making 1-0. Some card. Very strong defense from Valkyries and Cargo starting out. Going to see if Aurora can answer back. Right. Into map 2
Alright,
go.
so I have
Or not
Yeah,
map
I
2,
got
round
that.
2.
laser sight, body armor, 2 smoke and a 5.7.
Do you have AP rounds or no?
Oh my god, we all have it.
Nah, it's
We
alright.
all have it. Oh wait, I don't think I
Yeah,
have
we
AP
all got
either.
it.
Oh well, I know.
Womp womp.
Here we go.
As long as you got this, you don't have to aim. That's why you look at the laser and it guides you to everything you want.
Anthrax pulls a quick kill on Jim.
Think is not good. Kill this.
Kill this.
Nitro,
On darker?
quick push. Ethan calls out. Nitro oblivious. Very oblivious. Negan only down.
Definitely got one.
Connor gets obliterated. And that's
We need that
that's a
res to
great
rotate
spot
back and
of
get
when
it.
not to
He's
bait
doing
your
it.
teammates into reses.
There's one
That was a very difficult res to get. He gets in the middle of the open. It's now a 2v2 effectively.
I hear you.
So do I.
Uh-huh.
Ethan and trade. Pure picks up the kill. It is now a 2-0 Valkyries. Alright. Into round 3.
Yeah, but we do.
Okay.
Numbers of 2-0.
Actually, I'm gonna. Yeah. Down here, free fire.
Here we go. Picked up. Connor flashes, gets 2. However, the -2 is not an proper call out. That looks like a flash. That does finally get his kill. Connor swings, and he also gets another kill, but it is his own teammate. Pure in a very weird position. You have to wonder what Pure was doing there. Very aggressive position on Pure's part. And Useless is now stuck in a very difficult 1v4. I'm gonna tell you, I don't envy this guy. I would not want to be in this position. That makes it 3-0. His game point. It's also a match point. Well, technically it's not a match point. The match was concluded after the second. The third map is more of a extra experience map.
Alright, guys.
Take it out. There we go. I got the best side in the game.
The Canada irons.
Yep.
Bro, what is going on with your laser, bro? You had an angle.
Yeah, of course, it's always at an angle.
Well,
I
they're
wanted that in
ridiculous.
I forgot to get flash.
Pure down. Connor picks up a kill.
I'm alive.
Get him, get him.
You have to wonder what Roz is doing. Honestly, I'm really confused with what the group's doing here. Connor picks up another 2. It's now 4v1 for Roz. Definitely a difficult scenario.
I don't have a way, but I'm out with you.
You should be able to call this guy out.
He's at red container, I think.
Okay. Try to use your body as cover.
Don't try to get me. Don't try to get me. He's
No, try to use your body
straight-
as cover to kill him.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know if this is gonna work though.
I don't see him anymore.
Little tiptoe action. And here it is in 4K, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Roz. Roz down. Pure raging. And he's out of here. Alright, that's 4-0, guys. Thanks for watching the cast. And if if you're viewing this at a later date. Hopefully you are critiquing, especially the members of Valkyries, as they always need more improvement.